Did you know that 85% of people believe they are not creative? That's a shocking statistic. Most of us think creativity is something only artists possess, but that couldn't be further from the truth. In reality, creativity is a skill anyone can develop, no matter their background or profession. Think about this. The world's most innovative companies, like Google and Apple, don't rely solely on artists. They hire people from all walks of life, engineers, marketers, and even psychologists, all to bring fresh ideas to the table. A study by Adobe found that organizations with a strong focus on creativity see 1.5 times greater market share. Clearly, creativity matters more than ever. In this video, we will explore 6 powerful strategies to help you tap into your creative potential. We'll look at how problem solving is a form of creativity, why working with others boosts your ideas, and how shaking up your routine can lead to breakthroughs. Get ready to discover that you don't need to be an artist to be creative. By the end of this journey, you'll realize that creativity is not just a talent, it's a skill you can develop. So, let's dive in and unlock the creative genius within you. Chapter 1. Creativity is problem solving, not painting. A lot of people think creativity means being able to paint, draw, or write a novel. But creativity is about solving problems in ways others wouldn't think of. You don't need a brush in hand to be creative, you just need a challenge. In fact, a study by IBM found that CEOs worldwide ranked creativity as the #1 trait for business success. Not leadership or strategy, creativity. Take Elon Musk, for example. He's not an artist, but his creativity has driven SpaceX and Tesla to solve real-world problems. Creativity is about finding connections others miss, and that's something anyone can do in their own life or career. Think about something as simple as cooking. You're looking in your fridge with only a few ingredients, but you come up with a new recipe on the spot. That's creativity in action. You're solving the problem of what's for dinner in a way that uses what you have. Creativity isn't always about big, world-changing ideas. Sometimes, it's about small, everyday wins. Daniel Pink, in his book A Whole New Mind, explains that creativity is moving beyond mere logic. It's about blending facts with imagination. This means anyone can tap into their creative side, even if they're not an artist or a musician. So, if you've ever come up with a clever solution to a tricky problem, congratulations. You've been creative all along. Chapter 2. The Science of Aha Moments. We've all had that sudden, aha moment when an idea clicks into place. But did you know that your brain has been working behind the scenes long before that spark happens? Studies show that creative insights come from a mix of focused work and letting your mind wander. In fact, researchers at Drexel University discovered that the brain's right hemisphere lights up just before a creative breakthrough. This is why some of your best ideas come in the shower or during a walk. You've given your brain the space to make unexpected connections. Creativity is less about forcing ideas and more about letting your subconscious do the heavy lifting. Author Steven Johnson, in Where Good Ideas Come From, argues that creativity thrives in slow hunches. These are ideas that incubate in your mind over time and come together when you least expect it. So, how can you encourage more of these aha moments? One way is by changing your routine. If you've been stuck on a project, take a break, do something different, and let your mind rest. Studies show that 72% of people get their best ideas when they're away from work. Instead of grinding through tasks, step away and let your brain work its magic. Another strategy is to keep a notebook or a voice recorder with you. Ideas can pop up anywhere, during your commute or even while brushing your teeth. Capture them when they come. Some of the most innovative thinkers, like Richard Branson, swear by always having a place to jot down thoughts when inspiration strikes. Chapter 3. Think like a beginner, break the expert mold. Experts can sometimes get trapped in their own way of thinking. When you've been in a field for too long, your creativity can hit a wall. This is where the beginner's mindset comes in. Beginners don't know the rules, so they aren't afraid to question them. Albert Einstein once said, "The important thing is not to stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existing. In fact, Studies show that people who approach problems with fresh eyes are more likely to come up with innovative solutions. This is called the curse of knowledge. The more you know, the harder it can be to think creatively because your brain starts to default to what's worked before. But being a beginner doesn't mean being unprepared. It means staying curious, open, and willing to experiment. Take Leonardo da Vinci as an example. While he's known for his art, he was an expert at thinking like a beginner. He studied everything from anatomy to physics and constantly asked questions. This cross-disciplinary curiosity fueled his creativity. You don't have to be a genius to apply this in your life. If you're stuck on a problem, try learning something new. Sign up for a class outside of your field, or read about topics that have nothing to do with your day job. Research from the Harvard Business Review shows that learning in a new area can trigger a 30% boost in creative problem solving. Also, don't be afraid to collaborate with people outside your industry. If you're a business professional, talk to a designer or an engineer. If you're a teacher, collaborate with someone in tech. Often, the best ideas come from mixing different perspectives. If you're enjoying these insights, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned for more creative strategies. Chapter 4. Creativity in Constraints. Why less is more. Most people believe that having more time, money, or resources boosts creativity. But the opposite is often true. Constraints push you to think outside the box because you don't have the luxury of excess. In fact, a study published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology showed that when people are given fewer resources, they tend to come up with more innovative ideas. Why? Because limitations force you to be resourceful. Think about it like this. When filmmakers have a low budget, they often come up with clever ways to tell their story without relying on expensive effects. The same goes for entrepreneurs. Many of the most successful startups began with limited funds. Steve Jobs famously said, "Innovation is saying no to 1,000 things." By narrowing your options, you focus on the most impactful ideas. Look at companies like Airbnb and Dropbox. They didn't have massive resources when they started. Instead, they creatively leveraged what they had, solving problems with simple, effective solutions. Constraints led them to success. Sometimes, less is truly more. If you're feeling stuck creatively, instead of wishing for more, try embracing your limitations. Set stricter deadlines, limit your materials, or cut down the tools you're using. Even something as simple as limiting your time can spark creativity. Research has shown that setting tight deadlines boosts creative problem solving because it forces you to prioritize and make decisions quickly. This strategy isn't just for entrepreneurs or creatives. It works in everyday life too. Let's say you're decorating your home but have a small budget. You might find that you get more creative with how you reuse old furniture or choose affordable DIY options. So, instead of feeling limited, see constraints as opportunities to think differently. Chapter 5. Collaboration over isolation. Borrowing brilliance. It's easy to think of creativity as something that happens alone, sitting in a quiet room, waiting for inspiration to strike. But the truth is, some of the most creative breakthroughs happen through collaboration. In fact, Psychology Today reports that teams with diverse skills are more likely to come up with original ideas than individuals working alone. Why is this? It's because collaboration allows ideas to bounce around, evolve, and grow. When you work with people from different fields or backgrounds, they bring fresh perspectives. It's like mixing colors on a palette. New shades emerge when ideas overlap. Think about Pixar, one of the most creative companies in the world. Their success is built on collaboration, with writers, designers, and engineers all working together to bring stories to life. Steve Jobs was also a big believer in the power of collaboration. He designed the Pixar headquarters to encourage random collisions of creativity. Employees from different departments would bump into each other, sparking conversations and new ideas. So, whether you're working on a project at your job or brainstorming a personal idea, don't go it alone. Seek out diverse voices and perspectives. Collaboration fuels creativity. You don't need a huge team to make this work, either. Even a simple brainstorming session with a friend can lead to a breakthrough. If you're stuck in your own thinking patterns, talk to someone from a different industry. You might be surprised at how ideas from unrelated fields can inspire new solutions. As author Matt Ridley wrote in The Rational Optimist, innovation is a collective enterprise that often happens when ideas have sex. If you found these strategies helpful, make sure to subscribe for more insights on unleashing your creativity. Together, we can explore the endless possibilities of thinking outside the box.